Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video, it is 11:16 as I'm recording this, so if I'm trying not to be loud because there are people sleeping in my house, but I wanted to wish you all a happy May the 4th. As you guys may know from my channel, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan since I was 11 years old, and I was introduced to it before I watched the movies. I watched the Clone Wars series that lasted 2 seasons because my brother forced me to, and I did play the original Battlefront game. Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront 2 game. But I wasn't really into Star Wars back then. I only watched the show as a way to connect with my brother at that time. I only really played Battlefront 2, which even back then, I admit, was a pretty fun game. I played the original Battlefront 2 game as a bonding experience with my brother. I honestly did not care about Star Wars back in the day. My first Star Wars moment in terms of the movies has been the ending to Empire Strikes Back. And then, I think a few years later, I've seen the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith, and saw Anakin getting burned. So, I gotta watch this movie. Watch Revenge of the Sith, be my first full-length Star Wars movie I've seen. Went back, watching Phantom Menace all the way to Return of the Jedi, because at the time there were only 6 movies, and I loved it. I loved how Anakin was training to be a Jedi, and then shows that pretty much somebody who gets mistreated will turn to the dark side, but people can get saved. And through Luke Skywalker, Anakin essentially got saved, fulfilled the prophecy. I love that family aspect, and love how, at least with the Anakin story arc, character arc, it represents that people can be redeemed. And I really do like Star Wars. The prequels, has their issues. I love the prequels. I love the original trilogy. And the original trilogy has their issues. The least amount of issues between the 3 trilogies, but still. The sequels, I'm not a really big fan of. There are aspects in the sequels that I do enjoy, but it's not as much as I love the prequels or original trilogy. With the sequels, but yeah, sorry, I had to do something, so sorry, jump cut, but with the sequels, even though there are aspects in the sequels I have enjoyed, as a whole, I'm not a big fan of the sequels. The sequels didn't really have a set plan like the prequels or original trilogy did. It was a hot mess, and the character development wasn't as strong as the other 2 trilogies. I just miss how great Star Wars was back in the day. Cause, it has so many great stories. It was barely any Star Wars stuff in my memory of the Legends era were bad. It was 98% good. Sure, Disney Star Wars has, in terms of good Star Wars, in my opinion, is Rogue One, Clone Wars Season 7, Rebels for the most part, Jedi Fallen Order, the multiplayer for Battlefront 2. The story mode is in my opinion, but the best part for Battlefront 2 Skywalker. And I seen The Bad Batch earlier today. And I really enjoyed The Bad Batch. Based off the one episode we got. So, but Disney Star Wars is just not as great as the old version of Star Wars. Old school Star Wars, and it's sad. But I've been a fan of Star Wars since I was 11. Since my very first Star Wars movie, Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is my very first Star Wars movie. The Clone Wars is my first Star Wars movie in theaters. So, oh yeah, Mandalorian. Mandalorian's a pretty good show. But I'm still pissed off with they handled Gina Carano. But the one thing Star Wars has taught me since I became a fan of it 14 years ago is that when things get hard, when things get tough, don't give up. When things get hard, persevere. There might be forces that try to beat you down, but don't let those forces beat you down. If they so happen to beat you down, don't stay down. Get back up. Find another way, and don't ever harshly judge a person exactly based on their action. Because who knows, maybe you can be that catalyst to bring the good side out of them. And yes, that's what Luke Skywalker taught me, and he's a Star Wars character, that they're, just because somebody has done horrible shit in the past, they can be redeemed. Anyone can be redeemed, and yeah, Darth Vader has done some terrible shit. Anakin Skywalker has done some terrible shit as Darth Vader, but in Return of the Jedi, he was redeemed. And that's one of the lessons Star Wars has taught me. And I'll always be grateful for that, even if I don't agree with the direction that it's going in. I love Star Wars. And I'm really talking about the George Lucas era plus Rogue One, Clone Wars Season 7, most of Rebels, and Mandalorian. The 2 seasons that we got from Mandalorian. Plus, like I said, the George Lucas era. I love, I'll be forever be grateful for what Star Wars has done for me. And I'll always forever be in debt to George Lucas. Because of him, he made Star Wars. And essentially because of him, I've become a better person. Hell, I'm wearing a freaking pork shirt as my way of saying I love Star Wars. So, yeah. Wanted to just hop on quickly, wish you guys a happy May the 4th. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Please share some of your Star Wars stories with me. I apologize for not streaming as of recently. My schedule has been busy, but I am planning to return streaming tomorrow. And since tomorrow's May 5th, Revenge of the 5th, I am planning on streaming Battlefront 2. So if you guys want to play with me, just look out for Battlefront 2. I will be playing it on my PlayStation 4. So if you guys want to play with me and be in stream too, keep an eye out. I will be playing that. That said, you guys, may the force be with us all, and be kind one another.